So with that video, maybe you're asking, what can we do? Sure, like these changes are happening inside North Korea, awesome. But we are here on the east coast of the United States, pretty much as far away as possible as you can be from North Korea. What can we do? And I think it's a question that kind of stems from one that we all have. What can we do to change the world? What can we do? Every generation asks, what kind of legacy can we leave behind? And it's a question I was faced with a lot growing up. So my family's here. So this might be a little embarrassing. So this is a question I got asked a lot growing up. So this is my dad's voice. Dad. Brian, what's our family going to do to change the world? Brian, what are you going to do to change the world? What are we going to do to change the world? Dad, I don't know. It's a big question. So, getting ready to graduate high school back in 2011, I thought, what am I going to do? Like, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. And I thought about it a little bit, and I thought I had it. So, maybe I don't know if I was heading in the right direction necessarily. But, so you can laugh at this next slide, actually. And as you saw earlier, I kind of helped open up here in the beginning, but I was going to become a rock star. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you look good.
Oh, thank you. Now, as you can see, armed with a 6-string and enough teen angst to fill up an ocean, I was ready to go. However, while this rock stardom was panning out, I ended up going to school, starting full-time at the University of New Hampshire, and actually working part-time at the Goodwill over in Hooksett. Has anyone worked retail? Yes, you know the joys. So, during this time, I felt so stagnant. I had no direction with the degree I was working in. My job wasn't really bringing me anywhere, except for 30% discounts, which was great. Aside from that, I felt like I was doing, I had no idea what I was doing. I needed some sort of direction. I needed something bigger. I wanted to do something, for bigger than myself. So last summer, I was doing a road trip by myself for 2 weeks, meeting friends from the internet. Right, Mom? So I don't know how excited they were about that. But when I was in DC, I actually met with 2 of my friends that knew I had heard about LiNK before. And we were walking, in the park, and we were by the monuments, touristy stuff, and they were like, hey Brian, we're applying to be nomads, why don't you apply? And so it's super cliche, but I literally stopped in my tracks, dead. I was like, why don't I apply? This is literally the opportunity I was waiting for. How can I pass on this chance? So before I knew it, in a few months, I was actually flying out to LA for 6 weeks of training at the office. I hit the road for 10 weeks in the beautiful Pacific Northwest doing exactly this, reaching out to churches, high schools, colleges, telling them what's going on and how they can get involved. And now I'm back on my second tour. I don't know if my parents are super excited about it. What do you think?
You're good, bud.
Good. So I'm here on my second tour, and the things I've learned working through LiNK is that I've learned so many things, and one thing that I really want to emphasize is the impact that an individual can have. And with issues as big as this, I know sometimes even looking at all the issues going on in the world, I feel overwhelmed. How can I actually contribute to making a difference? It's just one thing after another. But working together as an organization, with this program, I've come to understand the impact that I can help contribute. By standing up as an individual, I'm working with other individuals who are standing up to contribute to this massive change. So, the impact that we have, I've been able to meet refugees whose lives have been directly impacted by LiNK's work. Refugees who are living, lives that they would have never imagined living while hiding in China or even inside North Korea. And for me, that's made me realize, I can change a life. And by changing even just one life, you're making a difference. So let me tell you a little bit about what we do at LiNK. As I mentioned, we believe that the North Korean people will overcome these massive challenges and achieve their liberty in our lifetime. After years of working directly with North Korean refugees and researching the issue, we believe that by standing alongside the North Korean people, we can accelerate these changes. And here's how we're doing that. So we rescue North Korean refugees who have fled into China. As we discussed earlier, refugees hiding in China are still in great danger of being caught and sent back or trafficked and exploited. And that's not something we just want to stand around and watch happen. So we operate along a 3,000-mile-long modern-day underground railroad system to get North Korean refugees from China to Southeast Asia. Now we do this free of cost or condition, ensuring that their safety and dignity is protected along the way. From there, we actually assist them as they resettle in free and safe societies, such as South Korea and the United States. Being deserves. So it costs $2,500 to rescue a refugee. And I'm a broke college student, so $2,500 is like, whoa, I can't really do that on my own. But as I talked about earlier, by working together, the impact that we can make can be so much bigger. So as of 2010, with the help of people just like you, whether it's high school students, college students, church communities, people we've met on the road that just showed up to our events or just interested in this cause, we've been able to rescue 231 North Korean refugees. Yeah, can we hear it up for that? That's awesome. And it's not just us, it's the people that are supporting us. This is a grassroots movement. This is the people that are getting involved. It's by the people, for the people. And by rescuing a refugee, you're not just saving a life. You're also giving them the opportunity to become an agent of progress on this issue by reestablishing contact with their family and friends still inside North Korea. But we don't stop there. So we also provide resettlement assistance to North Korean refugees to help them thrive. North Korean refugees face a lot of challenges, as you can imagine, as they have to quickly adapt to new societies that their life inside North Korea often didn't prepare them for. So our resettlement assistance program helps ease that transition process and helps empower them to lead successful lives and reach their full potential. So we do this through personal development, career development, and scholarship programs, which we started up fairly recently, allowing refugees who want to continue to pursue their education, whether it's in English, coming to study abroad in the United States, really working with them to get them on their feet and running. Now, we work closely with the North Korean people to establish long-term strategies to achieve our vision of liberty in North Korea. Now, this includes special insight from defectors on everything from political and social changes happening inside the country to public messaging, current events, and new program development. They've helped us understand the need to grow a global movement to support the North Korean people. And like I said earlier, this is one of the biggest challenges facing humanity today, but the amount of support for the North Korean people is still outrageously small. However, through events like this, we're able to share the stories of the North Korean people with the world. Not just their challenges and their struggles, but also the potential that they have and what they're doing right now to change the country from within. And as the world increasingly sees that the North Korean people are the biggest part of the solution to this problem, the more resources, groups, and efforts can be mobilized to support and empower the North Korean people. Ultimately, that's what we're working for, and that's why we're here. So, what I want to do today is invite all of you to join this global movement. Now, the impact that we've made wouldn't be possible without the help of people just like you who've given up their time and resources to support and empower the North Korean people. And whether it's working at our office in LA with our internships that we have there, we have our nomads, my team, myself, hitting the road for 10 weeks on the road doing this, reaching out to thousands of people. You can create a fundraising rescue page in which the funds you raise on there will go directly towards funding rescue missions for refugees, or even joining a rescue team if you have one at your school or in your community. You can even start like a church community rescue team, which is basically a community-led organization, or rather charter or chapter of LiNK, that helps raise awareness throughout the community and raises funds that go directly towards rescuing refugees. Now, as I said earlier, we've rescued 231 refugees so far. And out of those, over 100 have been funded solely by these rescue teams. So it's these student groups, these communities that are getting together to make this happen and change a life. So, it all adds up to saving a life, however you get involved, and we want everyone's help. So what I'm going to do today is propose one way that you can get involved right now and make an impact. So did everyone get a card earlier? Did anyone not get a card right now? Fantastic. Awesome. So, what I'm asking you to do today is to give up one coffee a month. The North Korean people need your cappuccinos, your espressos, your Americanos, and what I'm asking to do is to donate $3 a month. That's one coffee. Now, if you think about it, $3 is not a lot. In which case, that's not a problem, right? But at the same time, $3 is not a lot. What's that going to do? But imagine every single person in this room, every single person we met on the road started donating $3 a month. Imagine the impact that we can have. It'd be tremendous. So if you look at your card right here, what we're going to ask to start, is at least give us your name and email address so we can give you more information on ways that you can get involved.